Hey, everybody, and welcome to the relaunch of the Entrepreneur Rescue Mission.
Woohoo!
So, there's a lot that we want to cover. First, we just wanted to wish everyone a very happy, healthy, and incredible 2025.
It's
Nancy and I,
officially
it's
2025.
officially 2025. Nancy and I have some huge plans ahead this year, and we're going to kind of touch on a lot of different things in this rebranded first episode of Entrepreneur Rescue Mission. For anyone that's been listening to this podcast over the last 3 years, obviously, this has been Nancy's outlet to share things that entrepreneurs can and should be doing to really get their business to the next level. And I actually want Nancy to jump in here because I think the audience, because I'm really excited about this, why we decided to rebrand your podcast into our podcast. And just to let everybody know, nothing is happening to mine. Nancy said, do not stop your podcast. I want you to continue to interview your people and give your LinkedIn tips. You know, you're doing great, but I think it's time that we start doing a podcast together. So just give a little bit of a backstory, rewind the tape a little bit, Nance, for the audience, and just tell them how we got to this point.
Yeah. So, for those of you who maybe are just meeting us for the first time, Scott and I have been, entrepreneurs for many, many years. And we actually run multiple businesses, right? Three separate businesses. Well, we each run a business separately and then we run one together. And so we really wanted to focus on condensing and streamlining things, in the 2025 year. In fact, that is our word, right? Streamlining, condensing, whatever you want to say, right? It's all, really what we're focusing on this year. And we're doing more of what's working, less of what's not. And, I think, again, Entrepreneur Rescue Mission has been such a big passion project. But rather than create another podcast, I said to Scott, like everything that we talk about in our business together, right? We teach people how to build, grow, and scale their businesses. And we work with service professionals. And this is exactly who listens to this podcast. And so coming together, and you guys have heard, if you have listened before, we do some episodes together, we sprinkle it in there. But this podcast, we will occasionally maybe do solo episodes, but for the most part, right, this is going to be our podcast together. And so I'm super excited about it. I know, Scott is super excited as well. And again, like everything in this upcoming year, it's all about simplifying, streamlining, and we really want to get our brand together, which is the time to grow out there to you guys. It's so funny, so many people just don't know what we do. And so, again, this will be a really nice chance for us to really get ourselves out there together as a team and share how we can help you guys.
So this is for those that have been following our journey. This is actually not the first podcast that we have done together.
I forgot about that one.
We had a very short-lived 3 episode podcast called Entrepreneurs in the Trenches. This was very early on, Nancy and I dating, and our brother-in-law helped us put it together. And it's something that we found, we weren't too passionate about at the time, and B, it was a little bit too much to manage with everything that was kind of going on with Nancy kind of rescaling her business, me focusing on mine. It just wasn't the right time for us to do a podcast together. That's how we kind of just broke off, and I started mine, she started hers, but now we're obviously, we're ready and primed for the relaunch of a podcast together. So, as Nancy mentioned, you can expect a number of different things from this podcast. Obviously, episodes of us together. There may be solo episodes where Nancy just wants to just pop on and share something that she's heard in regards to building, growing, or scaling your business. It may be just me popping on and maybe doing a bonus LinkedIn episode. But the primary focus of of Entrepreneur Rescue Mission is to be that life preserver to all entrepreneurs out there and help them by clearly stating and giving you guys tangible tips, takeaways, how-tos when it comes to all the up and coming and latest and greatest when it comes to AI. That is something that is very, very impactful for myself, for Nancy, and our business. And there's not a day that goes by that we say how much we love AI and all the different changes, because it's really changing the game in so many ways, shapes, and forms. And we're going to kind of dive into all of that, sharing our favorite AI tools and how we use them and how you can, but also digital marketing. And I know that's a big buzzword right now because people are like, everyone's doing digital marketing. Yeah, I get that. There's a lot of digital marketing components out there. But when you break that down, it's marketing yourself, your business, and your brand in the digital world that we are now in. And we're going to break down those. But also, again, as I aforementioned, maybe some new LinkedIn stuff and how it is applicable to AI or digital marketing. But as Nancy always does, there's always going to be tech and tools for certain productivity within your business episodes. That, I mean, she's the Mary Poppins of tech and tools. So there's obviously going to be a lot of information on that. But I would say the core premise of what you're going to learn from everything that I just mentioned is how to build, how to grow, and how to scale your business. Now, it doesn't matter where you are. And Nancy and I always talk about the three phases of business: early stage, right? So this could be pre-launch, or you're just kind of getting your feet off the ground. You're in the growth stage where you're looking to really build what you have. And then you have the scale stage where you're making significant revenue, but you're really looking to scale what you have to create more ease, fun, and flexibility. That's everything that we teach in the book that we wrote, The Feel Good Business Model. So we're really excited about this podcast. There's going to be weekly episodes. Obviously, there's going to be audio version. There's going to be video version where you can watch this. There's going to be short little video clips. We're starting an Instagram handle for this. Like, we're going all in with really doing this together. A lot of people see us separately in what we do. And I'm just really, really excited about this journey. Sidebar to all of that, Nancy and I, obviously, we have a passion project. We have a YouTube channel that's basically just us kind of just talking about everyday topics. And we need certain outlets for ourselves, and that can be in and out of business. But I'm excited about this as an outlet for business purposes because we're really good at riffing off of each other and sharing information, because the way that her beautiful mind works is different from mine. And having those different point of views within one podcast episode can resonate with so many different people.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, we're not going to go on too much longer, but, we do want to give you guys, like, Scott said, right tools to really be successful. And we have been there. We're in it, guys. We're going through it. And we just love to peel back the curtain and be real. In fact, that's why we even started the podcast years ago, Entrepreneur in the Trenches, because we were at those beginning stages where things felt so raw and like, ugh. And we were like, you know what? People don't realize how hard this is. And we were trying to be real because I just think, like, still, right, people aren't being honest about the grit, the determination, right? The unwavering focus and attention that has to go into building and growing a business and being an entrepreneur. And quite honestly, if you don't have, the tribe around you or the people around you that get it, it's a very lonely venture. And so again, like Scott said, we want to toss out that life raft and just let you know we're here. There's things that we go through. So, again, we'll touch on like AI, digital marketing, LinkedIn, all that stuff. But, you better be sure we're probably going to talk about mindset, a good portion of probably every episode as well, because, I'll say it and I say it all the time and I'll say it again, entrepreneurship is one of the best self-development journeys you could ever go on, right? You're going to meet those limiting beliefs and those challenges and those cyclical fears and things, that are going to keep circling back around until you learn those lessons and really get out of your own darn way. So It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, it's us together. So this is officially official, and, we're welcoming 2025 New Year with lots of changes and excitement. I'm going to be leaving, right? A lot of past episodes, from Entrepreneur Rescue Mission, right? There's a lot of resources, a lot of episodes that you guys can tap into. However, from here on out, right? We're even changing the image, of the cover of it and the icons and all this stuff. And we're switching over. So it's Our Business Together, which is the Time to Grow, presents Entrepreneur Rescue Mission. So stay tuned. Next week is actually going to kick off our first, official episode, and we're going to be talking about really reflecting on 2024 and really some of the things that we can really focus on for the year ahead to really set us up for success. So I'm going to give you guys a very simple exercise, something that we
Wait,
learned.
wait, wait,
And yeah, we're
wait.
gonna like walk through obviously something super simple, and it's really gonna help you. And like I said, I think it's really important to pick a word, for the year ahead. And for us, it's condensing, so that we can really skyrocket, right? So I want you guys to really think about your word and stay tuned for next week because it's gonna be a good one.
Yep. And obviously, we're going to share what we're condensing, maybe some things that you should think about condensing. And as we progress through this next year together onward within this podcast, we're going to be sharing everything that we're doing within our business that obviously could be applicable to you and how you can grow and scale and build your business. So, just to let you guys know, episodes will be released every Wednesday morning, somewhere between 5 and 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Obviously, you can listen to this wherever you get your podcast, most notably Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Obviously, you'll be able to find it on others, but just expect that. So do subscribe to the podcast so you get notified. Obviously, there'll be a video component to it. And we also do want to hear from all of you. So if there are areas, topics that you want us to talk about, in regards to digital marketing, in regards to AI, in how to build, grow, and scale your business. Obviously, you can reach out to us. Our email is support@thetimetogrowcom. That's our direct email to our company. But I would say any call to action to learn more about us and things that we have going on, visit our company website, www.thetimetogrowcom. So again, we're looking forward to obviously bringing all these weekly episodes to you. So please enjoy the rest of your days. From myself and Nancy, love and gratitude. And we will see you guys next week for the first official episode of the Entrepreneur Rescue Mission.
Bye bye.